flips.
You have to have the fewest amount of people to protect the project, but like getting the right people who are going to disagree with you are going to tell you that your shit is stinky, you know, and when it's not there and you can hash it out.
Yeah.
So it's like when I put together a team, like I want to create a team of rivals, so to speak, who are going to be fighting against each other, like, but not to fight and for their own reasons, but to fight for the betterment of what it's going to be.
A healthy rivalry.
And when when the right idea comes out, everybody goes, yes.
There's whole animes built around this concept. This is amazing.
It's it's an Abraham Lincoln, his cabinet, is a team of rivals. You don't get yes men, but most people put yes men around to get it to say yes. Okay, you're right.
Can I pause you? Okay.
That's just ego.
So hold on, wait. So you turned me on to the concept that, and this is because of a specific, very prominent figure. You turned me on to the concept that corporate culture and CEOs pit people against each other internally.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so how do you distinguish between what you're talking about with this rivalry and that kind of culture? Because, if you just think at, the words on face value, it sounds toxic to say, well, I'm pitting these people against each other. But then also, there is something good about a healthy rivalry and competition. So that's where I'd love to get a differentiation between those two.
Wow. Great question. I'd say...
Well, what do you imagine the intention of the pitting against? That would be the difference.
A CEO of a major corporation that I worked at ran a massive sports and entertainment. So he had a sports division, film division, music division, experience division, and the mentality, corporate mentality, is you pit divisions against each other. So the best one wins, and so one person is going to win, other division is not going to win. So it's pure greed. It's pure performance. And
I thought they're different roles though, but they're not, I guess.
That's right. It's slightly different. Okay, so if you're in a corporation, okay, I'll just say so. John Bon Jovi had two business managers. One was his music manager, one was his film manager. We were working with him on a movie, and he pits his music guy versus his acting guy, and whoever can make the most money for him or something else will win out. It's always what's going to be the best. So people are going to naturally fight to get that attention and get that money in their 15-20% out along the way. Whereas in creating a team of rivals, so to speak, is you find people that are complementary, that will not say yes, where they are not selfish.
Yeah.
That is not for their own ego, but it is for the betterment of what they work on. They care. They give a fuck.
So it's I guess looking at those two scenarios, it's they're both using the force, but one's light side and one's dark side.
Yeah.
I'll go retire my man card now.
Yeah, what?
No, we'll move by it. Don't worry about it. Terrible, horrible, embarrassing analogy.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's I have to trust, even throughout the years of looking for people to work with, having good time, good relationships, productive ones where I thought we were complementary, times where I thought we were competitive in ways that weren't productive. At the end of the day, it's funny because I'm it's just a matter of getting better at curating who is going to push you in the ways that you need to be pushed, or challenge you in the ways that you need to be challenged, which takes enough emotional maturity to know what is shitty about yourself, to where you know how to complement that, to be the one to choose who that person is that's going to do that for you. And they have to be you cannot feel like you're the smartest or most talented person in the room.
That's my biggest problem.
Yeah.
I mean,
I hate feeling that way too. I'm so bored when I feel that way. It's the most boring feeling to feel like you're the best.
Yeah, you want to be the dumbest. I want to the best people out there because Lord knows I'm not, you know. And
yeah, that's how I feel. Yeah,
but we have to know I think you have to know your blind spots.
Yeah.
Yes, it's massive.
Imagine having that. Like, imagine all these kids in music nowadays who are coming up as, you know, they call them bedroom producers, with how good technology and recording DAWs have gotten. One of the things that has destroyed the recording industry is just laptops with DAWs and great amp sims and drum programming libraries and all these things. And
so now like innovation, innovation does that.
Yeah, but it's good and bad.
Yes,
it's a trade-off. There are positive
100%
facets to that and negative ones, and it's just, where was I going with this?
Those kids coming up probably thinking they're the shit.
They're hit producers.
But imagine, like, God, because it's so easy to release music. It's so easy to produce and record and mix it. Not necessarily well, but
you don't actually really need to know much about the physics or the math of any of it anymore. You really don't.
Yeah, but
that's all done on the front end.
And imagine with how many kids like in their
sorry.
teens are coming up and doing all this themselves and putting it out onto releasing music on Spotify. You know, level playing field that it might not be. It's imagine having the kind of emotional maturity that we're discussing that's necessary for you to become the best version of yourself at that age, and the level to which the market is saturated by younger kids doing that. And
it's hubris.
I mean, definitely a recipe for like the majority of things coming out in certain genres, the genres that lean younger, like metal. Just all sounding the same and all being worse, and productions that sound like an arrangement mess because it's a guitar player and it's 13 guitars at once.
It's almost always a guitar player.
Yeah,
almost always.
That was a clip from the Awful Music Podcast. You can find the entire episode at the link in the description, and you can find us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.